All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule well. And peace and blessings to the Akim that's out there laboring, that's out the hopeful elect, that's doing his work in truth and sincerity. And I want to start off with a scripture from Isaiah, the 9th chapter, and the 16th verse. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. And I'm speaking about who Esau Edom has set up as the gatekeepers of Israel, so to speak. This goes back to 1904, okay, here in America, where you had the fraternity Sigma Pi Phi, which is better known as the Boule, all right, which is a bunch of black members to this exclusive fraternity, which only has about 5,000 members. And these men were set up, all right, the financing, as far as them being set up as talking heads for you Negroes, man. These guys have been set up throughout the years, man. We can go to W.E.D. Du Bois, M.L.K., Frederick Douglass, Jesse Jackson, Colin Powell, Kwame Nkrumah. All of these guys are part of the Boule, man. All of these guys have been set up and they've been bought and paid for, man. And they were funded, okay, by the men of Teman, And I'm gonna play a clip, and I hope it's edifying. But it gets down to the nitty gritty things, man, of how we were basically spoon fed our history, man. Okay, you see, we were spoon fed our history by a people whose history began when we fell as a nation. You see, let me say that again. Our history has been spoon fed to us by a people whose history only began when we fell as a nation. All right? And I'm talking about, hey, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans chiefly, and this devil goes deep, man. He goes deep into hiding who we are as a people, man. And he had these guys out there, set up to basically do the bidding of trying to hide that fact, man. But I want to catch this video mid-span, and I want to play a few minutes of it, and I may chime in from here and there to make a point, but nevertheless, I hope this is edifying.
The mysterious society of elite Negroes. Defining this group has evaded us all. Who are they? And what exactly is their purpose? When addressing this group, the most essential element to grasp about identity is understanding the society known as Boule is a predominantly black fraternity. But unlike most fraternities, is non-collegiate. Becoming a member of this fraternity is contingent upon several qualifications. Among the most paramount is excellence of performance in one's field. There are only 5,000 members of Sigma Pi Phi, otherwise known as the Boule. Since the inception of this fraternity in 1904, several dozen of the most well-known so-called black figures of the past century were and are members. It is considered a great honor to become an archon of the Boule. Members range from W.E.B. Du Bois to Colin Powell, and from Kwame Nkrumah to Martin Luther King. Contrary to the perceived notoriety, the purpose for this group, however, is perversely sinister. The Miseducation of the Negro is more than just a book by Carter G. Woodson. It has been a philosophy of American colonialism unto this day.
You know, and I want to make a quick point of that because this book was the very standard, man. Because as you continue to watch this video, you can see how injecture of who we are as a people was basically forced upon us. Okay, when you look at this book, and this book was basically the standard that was set for the minds of our people, man, to think in a certain type of way. You know, here in a land of our captivity, so to speak, man. You know, they had to take the minds of the people because why? It's because we were coming out of slavery, and during the Reconstruction period, you know, they needed to, you know, steer these people's minds in a certain way to where, you know, the chains were off, but you know, we still got the chains on upon their mind, you know.
And an essential part of this philosophy is using quasi-classically educated Negroes as harbingers for the black masses. Carter G. Woodson being a prime example, whom has been labeled by the establishment father of African American history.
You see, you know, I think the apostles have brought it out about the fathers of African American history, and you know, you would have you would have Edomite that would be behind it, man. Well, the Edomite was the one that was actually funding the mouthpiece, man. So these guys are stood as the mouthpiece for the nation of Israel, man. You know, they basically was you know, in you know, when you try to get, you know, try to take over the minds of your enemy, you know, you're gonna send out people, man, that look just like them, man, so that, you know, they're it's more trusting, so to speak, man. So these guys had the highest standard of education, man, and basically were used in a sinister way, okay, to basically strip us away and keep us from our heritage, man. You know, or even wiping out the remembrance of it, man. You know, all right.
Woodson obtained his PhD from Harvard in 1912, where only he and W.E.B. Du Bois were the only black men to achieve such at the time. And at the same point, both of these men would become members of the Boule. One would think by reading Carter G. Woodson's somewhat unapologetically black and African-centric writings that he would have been considered radical and controversial to his white contemporaries. But if it weren't for these so-called white contemporaries, the Carter G. Woodson name would have never seen the eyes of the public.
Right, because these guys control who they want to set up to be in the forefront of American plight, so to speak. You know, okay, and basically they control both positions, man. You know, you may have guys that may have different views on ideology, but guess what? They both been set up, man, and they both are funded, man. Okay, by your oppressor, man. You know, so these guys are the ones who pick and choose who stands up in the forefront of the affairs of black folks, man. Okay, you so-called Negroes. You see, we're gonna get into it though.
Most of his opposition came from black contemporaries who saw his amalgamation of American blacks with African culture as a conflation of history. As the case may be, the narrative states Carter sought funding in order to continue his endeavors into the establishment of a Negro-centered historical foundation. Inadequate of funding himself, he then turns to the preeminent perpetuators of Negro miseducation for financial backing: the Carnegie Foundation, the Rockefeller Foundation, and the Julius Rosenwald Foundation.
And these are the men of Teeman, okay? All right? Because these guys, and they're going to get into it, these guys are from so-called Jewish German descent, so to speak, man. Okay? And the men of Teeman were the wisest of the Edomites, man. All right? So these guys are basically the funding behind, okay, the miseducation of the Negro, okay? Which really led us astray at the end of the day. But we're going to find out the real reason why this is going on, man. Okay? These guys know what's going on here, you know, but it's going to go into it.
These foundations were created by some of the most unscrupulous businessmen in American history, yet these foundations would fund the spurious new black intellectual movement that culminated in the Harlem Renaissance.
Here, they're about to play a little bit of some music, and I want to put a disclaimer out there. I don't own the rights to this music. Neither do I plan to profit from this. This is for educational and edifying purposes only.
About Harlem and going to Harlem became exciting, new, different, and people went. They went to a place that others would say, you don't really want to go up there. But in fact, going up there could get you the time of your life. And going into, you also have to remember the early 20s during Prohibition, everyone wants to do just the opposite of what the law says. So, of course, that's another reason to go to Harlem. Go against the grain. Women, go against the grain socially. Cut your hair. Wear the short flapper dresses. Go against societal norms. Harlem was that for white America.
The Julius Rosenwald Fund, for example, literally funded most of the renowned artists, musicians, authors, playwrights, and activists of the late 1920s.
And they had to use our God-given talent to infiltrate. Okay, they found ways to get into and getting these people bought and paid for. Okay, they're gonna get into it and infiltrate, man. To this day, when this bootleg first started, man, it was just the highest excellency of educators. Okay, so they already had that realm already set up as far as teaching the people, the masses of you Negroes, dictating who you are as a people, man, and going with that, man, going with this whole made up history of where you came from and who you are, man. Okay, and then later came into the entertainment and so on and so forth, man. All right.
And many of the names associated prominently in Black American history. People like Claude McKay, Ralph Ellison, Marian Anderson, Julian Bond, W.E.B. Du Bois, Maya Angelou, and Langston Hughes were paid by the Rosenwald Foundation going all the way back to the 1920s.
You see that? So now when you so-called Negroes celebrate so-called Black History Month, or whatever it is that you're celebrating, they basically put these people up in front of you, man. And this is who you people celebrate, man. Okay? You give these people the credit of champion for your cause, man. When it really was for your destruction and downfall, man. Real quick. Get a scripture real quick. This is Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. You people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, man. Why? It's because, hey, really it's the Lord. The Lord said he's going to strip you from your heritage, man. Okay? The lack of knowledge is what? The scriptures, man. But you have none of that because why? It's because they injected this philosophy and Christianity. Okay, has a big part of this too, man. But I want to play a little bit more of it, but I want to hit these scriptures though, man, because it's very essential, man, that we see, man, how the leaders of our people cause us to err, man. All right, and you people that are still having hope in this place and thinking that voting is going to get you somewhere, man. When you're running fast in one place, really. But it says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee. When our forefathers rejected this knowledge, man. Okay? This is why you people are in the position that you're in now, man. That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. And this is what has been put on society to this day, man. And we're seeing the inner workings of how, you being destroyed as a people, man, was working, man, against you, man. You see? All right.
So these black figures were being marketed to the masses by a small group of Jewish men as the leading black scholars in the country. This very same Rosenwald Fund first conducted the degenerate syphilis study in 5 southern states, transpiring as a result of their initial blueprint in the Tuskegee experiments. In addition, the Julius Rosenwald Foundation is responsible for the construction of over 5,000 schools, most of these schools primarily built for Southern blacks. Why was Rosenwald so interested in helping black people? Rosenwald himself came from an immigrant family of Jewish merchants. As a young
Jewish immigrant merchants. Okay? So that leads us to believe, all right, that he is the second generation, okay, of slave traders, man. You see? All right, you see how this all ties in? So this man knows who the hell you people are, man. Okay? This was ancient family secrets being passed down, man. You know? And he had to keep the people asleep, so to speak, man. Okay? Why would this man have such interest in black Negroes in the deep South, man? Okay? He just said it, man. He just said it, man. This guy is a second generation of family of merchants, man. You know? All right? Let me hit scripture real quick. Let's go to real quick. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 28. We're gonna start at the let's start verse 3. Okay? It says, "Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee." You know, and these people are basically wiser than Daniel, man, because they knew how to, hey, they had the power to basically put us in slavery. Okay, and it's really all over the Lord that did it. You know, the Lord raised up this man to put him against us, man. You know, all right. But it says, "With thy wisdom and with thy understanding." Okay, what's the wisdom and understanding, man, that he had, man? The wisdom and understanding that he had was that who we knew who we really are, man. You know, and the fact is that how he had to be able to concoct these different avenues of deceit, okay, to keep the people asleep, man. You know, you see. But with thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou has gotten riches. Okay, you get hundreds of years of free labor. That has gotten gold and silver into thy treasures, man. You know why? It's because the earth was given into your hands, man. You see? All right? And anywhere which you set foot, you know, you possessed the riches of that land, man. You know? Right? And by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic, okay? Did he say merchants? He said merchants, man. You know? And that includes human trafficking, man. All right? This man is known for human trafficking, man. You can't get around that. Okay? That's a actual fact that you cannot get around, that this man is the king of human trafficking, man. Okay? All right? History speaks on it. You see? Right? But it says, by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic thou hast increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches, man. You know, and these people are lifted up in pride, man. You know, and hey, man, he this man had a good run, man. But what, man? The Lord is exposing this man for what he is, man. You see? You know? All right? It says, "Therefore does say Yahweh, Lord power, because thou hast set thy heart as the heart of the Most High. You know? Behold, therefore will I bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness." And this is what we're going to come into now, man. Okay? Because what? All kingdoms have a time to rule, man, and then it has an end. You know? And the Lord is going to set this kingdom up, bring the kingdom to somebody who is much more profitable, man. Okay? Which is really giving it back to the children of Israel, man. Okay? Which was our natural estate to be able to rule this earth, man. You see? Okay? But let's get back a little bit, though. I want to pull out a couple more points.
Man, he learned the family trade as an apprentice in New York and began making clothes. This led to his partnership with Sears Roebuck, who allowed him to buy shares in the company after they were having financial trouble. The company revived under Rosenwald and he became wealthy. Rosenwald.
And these guys come wealthy from what? From he was a clothing maker. He was a son of a merchant. Okay, so basically, what what was the biggest asset to have to make money? Cotton. Okay, so we know that these people go back to being the overseers, man, back in the South, man. A lot of them had a hand in it. This is how you had to have the insurance companies and the banks sprouted up because of this, man. This is how these were created. You see?
Wald, while working as a young man, developed a close friendship with Henry Goldman, another second-generation German Jew, who was best known for Goldman Sachs, a prime brokerage investment firm that his father Marcus founded in Bavaria, Germany. Rosenwald had other
Bavarian Germany, okay, but what put them over the top, man? Okay, the slave trade, man. Okay, what financed those slave ships, man? Okay, these companies, man. These are the companies that basically financed everything, man. Okay, concerning the downfall of you Negroes, man. Chiefly, man, Judah. Okay, all right.
Powerful friends as well, who would all be instrumental in helping him and people like him become the face of simulated social reform. These men would use their millions to champion the new black agenda.
See that? The new black agenda to basically paint the face of what black culture was, or black America was, or black what these people, who were these people, all right. These people spent millions, man. Okay, all right. These people spent millions, man, and we're gonna get into it, man. But let's go to real quick. Let's go to the Book of Psalms, chapter 83. All right. Verse 2. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. And they came into this council, man, to basically throw millions out there. All right. And millions of dollars back in those days, man, was a whole lot of money, man. Really can culminate now, to billions of money, billions and trillions of dollars, man, to try to hide the identity of the children of Israel, man. But it says, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. And they came into all these guys, came in of like minds, came into that one consent, man. You see? They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, and that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. All right? But I want to hold it right there, but I want to play a little bit more of this.
When tracing the money to some of the most prominent black organizations of the past, one is left with one very common denominator. This denominator is the deception behind the miseducation of the Negro, a history signed and sealed in an African slavery-connected identity delivered to you by ignorant or compromised Negroes who have been indoctrinated into a false dogmatic historical cover-up. When reading the words of black scholars of the past, there seems to be a romanticized relationship between these authors and their supposed African heritage. In W.E.B. Du Bois' renowned work, The Souls of Black Folk, the reference to Africa was made nearly a dozen times. In each reference, the word Africa or African is inserted into the text to draw comparison by similarity between African and Black American culture. And consistently, in each case, Du Bois provides no credible historical background into the analytical significance of his comparison, but
no credible evidence of his stance on trying to inject African. Okay, when you talk about the Negroes that were brought here on slave ships, man, there's no evidence of that. He has nothing that backed it up. There's nothing to reference from. Okay, this was all of a doormat. This was all of a created platform. Okay, and this was basically taught. Okay, in the schools, man. All right, and this is what they put upon the people, man. And they use this man to basically spearhead that, man. All right.
Other vague conjecture, leading the reader into bias presuppositions.
Right. conjecture, leading people into biased perception of what it is that they're reading, man. They'll take the readings, everything that he wrote, okay, and they ran with it, and they deemed that as history, so to speak, man. This is why that's why they set up these uppity niggas, man. Okay, these uppity Negroes to basically fool the masses of the people, man. So what do people know that are ignorant and don't know nothing, man? They take somebody of a so-called scholarly title of this world, okay, all right, that's set up, all right, and they pick and choose who they want to put out there in the forefront, and his writings were taken as part of history, man. Okay, you see, made up out of thin air, which is false, man.
In page 196, Du Bois makes a definitive statement. The social history of the Negro did not start in America. With just this statement alone, W.E.B. Du Bois threatens the historical credibility of his entire career of works. Understanding the original American was reclassified as African and Negro in the century prior to his birth is a reflection never echoed in his work. Furthermore, the reclassification of a people and lacking in acknowledgement of heritable indigenous rights is verifiable treachery.
Right? Reclassification of a people. Reclassification of a people. Reclassification of a people. You see? This is what this all started, man. And this is being exposed, man. Okay? All right? I want to play a little bit more, and I want to bring out my last precepts on this matter, man. Okay? And this is how we got to this point that we're in now, man. Because now, and even when you have somebody coming up as a scoffer, just think about it, man. Somebody coming up being a scoffer, who the Lord is clearly not dealing with, their mind is warped. Why? It's because of Esau, man. Really, it goes back to Christianity and Esau, man. Whatever education they learned here, all right, and Christianity, man, is what has these people's brains warped, man. This is why they can't receive this word. This is why they disagree, man, at every turn. This is why these people are offended, man. Okay? All right? It goes back to the educational system, man. It goes back to the education that was passed down from their family. Okay? All right? Or what they learned, or what these men that were set up, and funded, okay, by the oppressor, okay? They run with what was told to them, man. All right? You see? This is why we're in the situation that we're in now, man. Okay? With these people that reject his word, man. But the Lord said, man, he will also forget thy children, man. So right now in 2021, we are seeing the descendants of those people, man. Okay? That the Lord rejected, man. Okay? You see?
If Du Bois was a true historian, then he would have developed his own legitimate historical perspective and outline concerning the history of the so-called African American. Instead, his writings are the bougie Zionist propagated social commentaries of an uppity Negro.
You see that?
As someone who had completed an entire database in which he had gathered census information on Southern American plantation owners and slave statistics, Du Bois never dedicated any of his writings toward the indigenous American culture that existed on the continent prior to colonialism.
Right, right. And basically, essentially, what he's really trying to say is that, like I said, there was a lot of we want to call mixing of the tribes, man. You had Gad, you had Gad that was already over here, and Judah was basically mixing with Gad, man. And you can see a lot of these older pictures and similarities. And even when you talk about a lot of families say, oh yeah, we have Indian in our family, and a lot of people don't really believe that, man. But it's true, it is true, man. Okay, so when you talk about the Reuben and the tribe of Reuben and the tribe of Gad mixing with the Judah, okay, all right, there's history. There's history amongst that, man. Why they treated you the same way,
Connection to blacks in America. If If anything,
look, and really, when you go back, man, the native, what you want to call the tribe of Gad, look at how she looks. Okay, all right. When you look at to the right of the screen, man. All right. So what's really the difference, man? Okay. You see?
Du Bois could have been an instrument of the first American black regional beef. Instead of East versus West Coast rappers, it was Northern versus Southern Negroes. And writings that
really, that's what it was, though. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they pitted the Northern against the Southern Negroes, man. You know, the other ones they considered uppity, the ones that escaped the South, and a lot of them that were getting into this education. You know, a lot of them were set up, man. You know, but that's enough for that video that I want to share. You know, and it's a great watch. And Lord willing, I'll put the description the link in the description box, man. But I want to hit this precept real quick. This is let's go with Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus say Yahweh of hosts, is there wisdom no more in Teman? You know, when we talked about the men of Teman, man. These men of Teman were the top financiers of early America, man. You know, all right. They financed the getting over here of us. They financed. They own the banks. You see, they basically control the media. They control what leaders are being set up. These are the men of Teman, man. This Amalek. Okay, you see, right? Is there no more wisdom? Is there no more? Is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? And the wisdom is vanishing. Why? It's because everything that they were doing was in secrecy, man. But now that it's being exposed and bust down to the white meat, so to speak, no pun intended, you know, okay, it's no more, has no more power no more, man. Okay, you see, all right, the thoughts and the counsels, man, are being exposed, man. You know, right? Flee ye, turn back, draw deep, O ye inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. You know, these people are going to go into the holes and the clefts of the rock to hide from Yahweh Bashim Awashai, man. Okay? This man knows fully what's going on, man. He plays dumb. He throws out curveballs at you. You know, he got opposition and control opposition. You see? All right? All of these things are on the hands of the wiles of the devil, man. And our job, man, is to expose it, man, and be not deceived, man, by this man. Yeah? Though he go crouching, take good heed. Okay, all right. This man's going down crouching now, man. Why? It's because he wants you to take something that he has to offer, man. Okay, this is why this man is crouching down. But the scriptures say, take good heed. Okay, you see, it says, if great gatherers come to thee, would they have not leave some gleaming grapes? If thieves by night, will they destroy till they have enough? And this man is going to keep on waxing worse and worse, man. Okay? All right? And in the midst of him doing that, man, he's going to basically self-destruct himself, man. You know? That's what's happening right now, man. Okay? The Yahweh Bashim Awashai is systematically bringing this man's society down, man. Okay? All right? So whatever means necessary that this man, Edom, uses to come against the hidden ones, okay, it's further destroying his moral society, man. Okay, so-called moral society, man. You know, and it says, verse 10, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. And what's the secret places that he has, man? You know, those secret councils, you know, the strongholds that he had, you know, okay, the influence that he has behind the scenes, man. Okay, you see, all right, he's being revealed as the man of sin. Okay, he's being revealed as the man that was basically making things go behind the scenes, man. He was making it happen behind the scenes, man, through his financing in his unlimited cash vault. Okay, of pouring out and spending all this money to hide who the children of Israel are, man. You see, okay, But it says, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not, man. And he's not. He's going to be a thing of the past soon, man. Okay, because this man is on the ropes to basically be destroyed, man. Okay, you see, all right. The Lord got the Scorpio on this man, okay, and he's being revealed for who he is, man. You know, this is a spoiled seed, man. Okay, they want to talk about, man. And then a lot of them people in the early days of when the Boule was established, man. A lot of them were pretty much may have been tares, man. You know, okay. We already know that Frederick Douglass was one, but you had a lot of these guys that were set up that they when this clip actually goes a little bit further into it, man, of who these guys that been set up, man. You know, because a lot of them were lighter skinned, uppity, you know, and they were getting the best education, man. But why? You know, they were either, you know, descendants of the oppressor, you know, through the line of the father, you know, or they were just simply house Negroes, man. You know, but they got the best education around, man, at that time, man. You know, just think about you in the 30s and 40s and going to Harvard, man, as a Negro, man. Okay, that was a great feat, man. This is what these guys that they used to set up, man, and groomed them. They basically groomed them, man, from and trained them up, man. You know, okay. So these men are basically were set up at the end of the day, man. You know, people were set up to mold the so-called black narrative, man. You know, okay, all right. The black identity crisis is at the forefront of white supremacy, man. Okay. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the Akim that's out there laboring, that's out the hopeful elect, that's doing his work in truth and sincerity. Shalom, Akim.